if you were allergic to cold weather or just cold in general? This is a story that claims to be true about a girl allergic to cold. And today, we're gonna find out if we think it's real or cap.
I'm Karen, and today I'll share with you how my disease complicated my life and got me in trouble. Sierra and I have been best friends since kindergarten. We used to do everything together. And by everything, I literally mean
TikTok, they do TikTok dances together? Is that what that is?
she was also the only one who knew about my cold allergy. At
What?
the age of 5, I was diagnosed with a rare disease called cold urticaria,
Cold urticaria. Well, I'm gonna assume this is real, but we'll look it up later and see.
which means that I get a severe skin rash whenever I get exposed to cold.
That
That
sounds
meant
real.
I had to stay warm all the time. I couldn't enjoy eating ice cream or drinking ice smoothies, so my body temperature wouldn't go down.
I mean, that sucks, to be honest with you. Like, a life without ice cream and smoothies will be tough, but I feel like there are a lot worse conditions you could have, so I don't think it's that bad.
In winter, I had to wear multiple layers.
Oh.
I always looked like a giant bear with my super huge raincoats. I also couldn't enjoy playing in the snow, and Sierra would always come to my house and spend time with me inside.
Huh.
She was the best. However, that all changed
Does this girl sound so monotone to you? Like, she's like, however, blah, blah. Like, you're literally allergic to ice, girl. This is cool. Have some energy. Let's go.
when we got to high school. Sierra came from a rich family.
Okay.
Her dad owns a chain of fast food restaurants across the country.
Perhaps the inventor of Chick-fil-A, maybe. That's just the early guess here, folks. We're gonna learn, but that's my
My
guess.
parents, on the other hand, were both teachers. They barely made it from month to month. When students knew that she was rich, they all wanted to become friends.
Dude, that's fact. That's how it is. When you find out someone's rich, they become so popular. I remember the kids who drive to school and then have like nice cars and they were popular. And I was like, bro, I got a 2003 Saturn Ion. All right, I ain't rich.
Guys wanted to invite her to their activities, and boys wanted to date her.
Okay.
No one wanted me to join. One time, Alice, one of the most popular girls, approached us while we were having lunch and invited Sierra to her birthday party.
I'm not gonna lie to you. If you're in my school, you're getting kicked out if you wear like a shirt like any of these girls have. Like literally any of them, they would get in so much trouble. It'd actually be ridiculous.
And then she added, "The invitation is for you only." I knew that she wanted to get under my skin with that comment, but I couldn't care less. I told Sierra to go. I didn't like Alice anyway. After that, Sierra started getting tons of invitations.
This girl seems like she doesn't want the popularity. Like, does she not seem like awkward about it? She's like, oh, there's people that like me. I don't like this. Like, she seems like an introvert.
And we stopped seeing each other as much. Then something unexpected happened during
Yeah.
chemistry class. The teacher assigned all the students to work in pairs. I had to work with Hudson, the hottest boy at school.
Oh, God, the Hudson, the hottest boy in school. Do you see Hudson, girls? Did you see that man? Wow, it's
He was
attractive
the
man.
captain of the football team.
Oh.
Hudson and I started working on the project together, but soon enough, he confessed his feelings for me.
Oh, look at that, guys. Isn't that just how all relationships start in high school? You work on a project together and boom, love after all until you go to college and it all falls apart.
Hudson was the cutest. He cared for me so much that he came to drive me to school every
so
day.
cute.
For the first time in
Oh my goodness, look how happy she is. Look at those little pink things in her eyeballs. It must mean she's happy.
life, I felt like a princess. But somehow, Sierra didn't like that. When she saw me walking hand in hand with Hudson, she was surprised. She came rushing and asked, "To a couple?" I answered happily, "Yes, I haven't had the chance to tell you because you seem always busy lately. But we all go for dinner together." Sierra added with a strange look, "Sure, I'd love to get to know my best friend's BF." I smiled, and we agreed to meet at this fast food. But the moment we walked in, Sierra had a disgusted look on her face and said, "I can't eat here. Let's go to another restaurant." I didn't like it, but I said nothing because Hudson didn't seem to mind. But things like this kept happening. Whenever the
Oh no, she's playing dirty here, folks. She's playing real dirty. This dude is absolutely getting a bunch of free meals, so he can't complain.
three of us were hanging out, Sierra would pick the most expensive place of all and pay for us all. Hudson
Oh.
liked it, but I was embarrassed and hurt by her way of showing off her money. She booked an exclusive ski trip, hotel, and plane tickets.
Ski trip, hotel, and plane ticket. First off, what a scene to pause it on. I don't think that's legal to be on YouTube yet. Here we are. Blur it out, Lucas. Now bring it back, all right? We want people to enjoy it. Let's
Closest
move
friends, including Hudson and I, for free. When Sierra handed me the invitation, she said, "Oh, Karen, sorry if you can't make it." I had a feeling that she did that on purpose, so
on. Oh, she's about to take your boy on a freaking private exclusive airplane ride to the ski slopes.
I responded, "Oh, don't worry, I'm coming." My parents freaked out when they heard I was going on the trip. Being in cold weather would definitely increase my rash.
Oh no, I forgot. I didn't even realize this was a story about a cold weather girl. I was so into the drama right now, man. I was in High School Musical land. I was ready to go. I was ready for her to throw hands.
And all my body would be swollen, but I didn't care. I didn't want to leave Hudson and Sierra alone for 4 days. I packed up my things and went. And I wish I didn't. I spent
Oh yeah, this is gonna be real bad because I feel like what's gonna happen is you're gonna not be able to do anything. You're gonna look like a loser. Then your skin's gonna like get this weird thing from your coldness. This might, maybe she knew you were allergic to cold and set it up like that on purpose.
all my time in the hotel. I couldn't go outside. Hudson asked me multiple times, "Come with us, I'll teach you how to ski." But I had to lie and say, "I don't like skiing, I prefer reading. Go have fun, and I'll wait for you here." Hudson and Sierra stayed together all the time.
Woo,
I saw their
yeah.
stories on Instagram and Snapchat.
Oh, look at that. They got the dog filter on. They're not even at the ski place anymore. They literally left and went to like a park somewhere else. I mean, yo, what's going on?
And I felt my blood boil.
Uh-oh.
On the last day of the trip, however, while
For your blood boiling, you look very, very content right there to just sit and sip. And I would be too, to be honest. That looks amazing.
I was having coffee in the hotel's lobby, I saw Sierra and Hudson kiss.
Oh, they kissed like this. I used to do that too.
I couldn't believe
Oh,
my
right
eyes,
next to you,
but
come
I wasn't
on.
imagining things. They were really kissing.
No.
I couldn't contain myself.
No.
I just gave up, ignoring all the alarms going through my
No.
head. I screamed at them.
This is even worse than I imagined.
What the hell is this? Hudson was startled, but Sierra had a twisted smile on her face. You don't deserve him. You can't even join his activity. You're also a freak. She grabbed some snow with her hands.
Oh, so she did know. I told you.
She threw it on my face.
Uh-oh.
I was shocked to hear Sierra say such awful things.
Uh-oh.
It took seconds for the rash to pop and then cover all over my body. I was swollen and then I passed out. I woke up in the hospital feeling dizzy. I saw my parents sitting beside my bed. They looked worried.
Her mom literally looks like her mom is like 17 or 18 years old. My dad looks like he's like 50. There's something going on here.
They told me that my body went into shock.
Oh,
it
man.
needed 3 days to recover.
3
I
days?
went back to school hoping that Sierra would apologize to me. I found that she spread rumors about me saying that I was a gold digger. And
Oh no, takes the man, calls him a gold digger, sends him to the hospital. We are witnessing the trifecta knockout punch, folks. She's down for the count. Time to switch schools.
I was her best friend because she used to give me expensive gifts. I don't know what she told Hudson, but he too believed the lies she told. He only sent a message saying, "We are no longer together." I was enraged. I needed to take revenge. I knew that Sierra took pride in her long blonde hair.
No.
She took really good care of it.
No.
So while she was in sports class, I replaced her shampoo
Hair
with a
removal
similar
cream.
bottle.
Okay, you look disgusting. There's some weird faces that are coming up inside this episode, but okay.
When she took a shower later and got out, she was half bald.
Oh.
I heard her loud scream.
Is that a thing anyone's ever done? Like, does anyone actually do? I've never have heard of anyone doing that. Not in my school, but that's actually kind of smart.
Coming from the girls' bathroom. She was hysterical and came straight to me and threatened me. "You'll pay for this." The principal called me to his office and I was expelled. But
Oh, come on. How would they know it was you?
I couldn't care less. I told my parents that I didn't want to live there anymore, and we decided to move to Florida because it was
Dang, would your parents just do that? If my parents would be like, suck it up, kid. You got expelled from school. Now you're going to the worst school around. I ain't moving. We got jobs. Sorry, not sorry. That's what they would say.
I moved to a new school and I kept a low radar. I didn't make any real friends and kept the secret to myself.
Why are there
But
so many
Sierra's
Darth Vaders here?
rumor stuck with me. I wasn't a gold digger. And to prove her wrong, I focused on my studies and graduated. And then I studied finance
I thought she was about to say then I invested in Bitcoin. I was like, this story is literally all over the place. Okay.
and business administration in college.
cool.
I was working extremely
Don't
hard.
tell me that's you. Don't tell me you have transformed into a creature now.
And I started my
Oh,
own
okay, good. That's
company
just
at
someone else.
23
Okay.
years old. It was not long until I became one of the youngest successful women in the country. But I always had to be careful. I managed my work from home because I hated air conditioners. My employees always wanted to have a meeting with me, but I couldn't. And if I had to go, I would wear clothes that looked ridiculous in summer and even in the winter.
Okay.
I became rich. And I was able to help my parents quit their jobs and retire.
Oh, it's
but
great.
I was lonely. I didn't have the courage to date other
Now you're like an anime character. Look at you.
men because of what happened with Hudson.
Oh.
But then I met Zane. We
Zane!
met at a
Isn't that the dude in the One Direction? She just met a famous singer?
business conference for young entrepreneurs. The conference was in Hawaii, which was perfect for me. I went to the beach every afternoon
Wow.
and sunbathed without getting into the water. So one afternoon, Zane approached me
Zane
and
is
asked,
jacked.
"Are you afraid of the water?" I looked at him suspiciously and asked with a cautious tone, "What do you mean?" But he simply said, "I've been watching you for a couple of days and you
Oh, that's creepy, man. Why do these dudes always sound creepy in these shows? Like, I've been watching you for a few days. Like, isn't that like not like, I don't know, isn't that creepy? a
never
little bit?
seem to go in. The water is lovely, you know." I immediately took a deep breath. I said, "I can't. If I go in there, I
That's
might
weird.
die." Zane was shocked.
Dude, they
and
are getting out of control with these faces.
interested in hearing the whole story. So I told him. He was so compassionate towards me.
Aw.
We ended up talking all afternoon and then spending all of our time together. We started
Adorable.
dating for a while and then
Look at you living inside of like a Beverly Hills mansion. You really did make it.
and we got married.
Oh.
I was so happy with the way things
Okay.
turned out. I thought I finally had my happy ending.
But it's not
I was
over yet.
rich. I had everything I needed. And
Okay, so you're rich, you got everything you needed, you got your man. Why
I
is it
had
not
a
over?
loving husband who really cared for me.
What
but
next?
then I woke up one night to drink some water, and I noticed that Zane wasn't next to me.
Oh no, he's gone and he's with your ex maybe.
And before I got to the kitchen, I heard his voice coming
Uh-oh.
from his office. It's not the right time yet. She's totally in love with me, but I need more time until she trusts me with her money. I felt like an elephant sat
Oh,
on
man.
my chest. Was Zane planning something behind my back?
Man.
I heard his footsteps, so I rushed back to my bed and pretended to be asleep. But my heart was pounding.
Uh-oh.
The next day, I acted like everything was okay.
She's a good actor, by the way. I mean, I'm just saying, like, I would be freaking out. I couldn't hold it. I'd be like, yo, you're out of here. You're done. But he'd already married me, so he already has the money, so I don't know what I'd do.
Okay. We had breakfast like usual, and I even kissed him goodbye.
Oh.
But as soon as he left the house, I called a private detective and asked him to investigate Zane. And
Dang, that's
what
crazy.
I found was shocking.
Uh-oh.
Zane was Sierra's personal assistant.
No way! Sierra's still out here. Took a personal assistant, sent him after her? No kidding. I had absolutely no idea that was gonna happen.
She was
actually.
in the conference in Hawaii
What?
and saw me there. And when she knew that I became richer than her, she teamed up with Zane so they
No
could
way.
rob me. I couldn't believe that Sierra still held a grudge after all these years. I also felt sick to my stomach. The only man that I invited to my life wanted to hurt me. I was so
This is a girl that will never ever be in a relationship again for the rest of her life.
in
now.
love with him that for a second I thought that I could convince him to forget about Sierra and
Oh,
to stay
man.
with me. But I was smarter than that. So I took all the evidence that the detective collected and I hired a lawyer.
Oh man, that's brutal.
Zane was shocked when he saw the divorce papers.
Wow.
He couldn't get a penny from me because I threatened him that if he asked for money, I would send all the evidence to the police and
Wow.
he would be in jail.
Wow, who knew One Direction band members would be so evil, you know? Who would have expected that?
As for Sierra, I threatened her with the same thing. I
Uh-oh.
told her that if she ever tried to mess with me again, I would ruin her life. Sierra was terrified by the idea of jail, and she paid me $2 million to keep my mouth shut.
Okay.
I sold the house Zane and I used to live in, and I went to live with my parents. I found out after the divorce that I was pregnant with
Okay.
a baby girl. I called her Amy. I was thrilled when I had her. Amy was so beautiful.
Why do they throw this in? Like you didn't need to have a baby, but okay.
She had Zane's eyes and chin, but unfortunately, she had my disease. A nice doctor treated her. I explained to him her condition, and he calmed me down.
He looks similar to her other man. I'm just saying.
He told me to get out of the room so he could treat her. Luckily, 2 hours later, the doctor got out and assured me that Amy had made it.
Uh-oh.
She needed to stay a few more days in the hospital. I let out a sigh of relief, and I thanked the doctor
Here it comes.
who couldn't take his eyes off me.
Uh-oh.
The following days, he came by every day to say hi and check up on us. And on our last day in the hospital, he came over to me and said, I kind of need to see Amy more. Can I visit her? Or would you prefer telling me more about her?
I feel like you're breaking a law here, buddy. I do. I'll be
over a
honest.
date? I felt butterflies in my stomach. It had been 7 years since I went out with any man, so I said yes. 2 days later,
Wow.
I took Amy and went to meet the doctor in the park. We decided that it would be more fun if the first date was a fun one.
That's adorable.
Amy also
Look
needed
at
to
you
breathe
guys.
fresh air.
So
But while we
happy.
were playing with her on the sand, I noticed that someone was watching me from afar.
Uh-oh.
I looked closely, and it was Zane. He was looking back and forth between Amy and me.
Oh.
I knew that he figured out that Amy was his. You see, I never told him that I was
Wow.
pregnant. I grabbed Amy's hands abruptly and apologized to the doctor, who looked confused with my
Wow.
strange behavior.
It just
I
keeps
went
going.
home, and I immediately booked 2 flight tickets to California.
What?
I will never let him take my child.
If you think it was true, drop a comment. If you think it was false, drop a comment. Most importantly, though, click right here to watch another crazy story about a girl that couldn't feel pain. It's literally insane. Click it right now. Peace.